Okay, we have a special guest with us today. So you've been through all of my state national stuff, um, and we've come to a few conclusions. You've been through all the tax stuff, the information. Oh, by the way, this is my wife. Her name, Stephanie.
Hi, everyone.
And so we've been on this journey together. The channel's called Journey to Nation's Real Self Empowerment. And some of the conclusions that we found is that um, there are all these processes that we have to try to become free mentally, physically, spiritually, free from the government, free from whatever it might be. Um, so we've come to this place where we're like, or at least personally, I said, I don't think that I think that freedom is a spiritual concept. And so I don't know. I kind of wanted to get your opinion and kind of let some of your wisdom flow into flow into the video scene
Mm.
for my people here. So yeah, what do you think is the most important thing to learn and to have on this journey?
Uh, well, I think that what we've learned across this journey is that every chapter is equally valuable. And so we cannot judge one extreme chapter to be above or better than another extreme chapter. And that really the reality is that in order for us to collect all the lessons that need to be learned, we have to walk through each chapter as if it was a stair step. And that means that we had to go to the extreme pendulum swing of very radical thoughts around status change and paper change in order to collect the lessons from that chapter. And as the pendulum swings back, we enter new chapters of learning that talk about different levels of interpretation to our search for freedom. And at one point, that means, going into the weeds with the paperwork and the status and everything. And then it moves into the interpretation level where we realize, well, it's not really about the papers. It's about an internal understanding of what freedom is, because we can't be free externally if we haven't found freedom internally. And so I think that every chapter is equally necessary and should be valued with equal amounts of respect. Because how else do we grow if we haven't walked through them experientially?
Right. And I think that's something that I want to kind of keep putting on. And sometimes I actually feel bad about it. Like, where I'm like, oh, I'm not giving you guys enough information about status correction or about trusts or about um, money or how the system's working. And yeah, sometimes I feel bad posting stuff about being aware and being conscious and that it's like an internal journey. But the reality is that that's where I'm at. Um, that every stage and every step, as she says, is moving us towards um, ultimately our destiny, but our own healing, our own understanding of how the world works. And you don't, in my opinion, you don't want to get to a certain point where you've done all the paperwork, you've done everything you think is necessary, you have all the information, but you hate people, you hate yourself, and you don't have a true sense of freedom from your own trauma, from your own issues, from your own problems. You don't treat people with love, care, concern because you don't know how to treat yourself with love, care, and concern. And I see it all the time where people identify so strongly with the fact that they are not that. They are not this federal citizen. They are not this. And people argue all the time in comments. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of strife, and there's really no peace. So ultimately, if this isn't bringing people to a place of peace within themselves and wholeness within themselves, you have to ask yourself: is it really worth all the stress to have um, this outward sense of freedom?
Yeah, I think that the outward sense of freedom, the paperwork and status all have their place and time, and they're all necessary. But we've come to the conclusion that if we want to see the external world change, It starts with us. It starts within, you know, looking within to find peace and acceptance so that it can be reflected by the outside world. And who knows, we'll come back to more radical strategies on paperwork and status change. But right now, we're in the chapter that says look within.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anyways, all that to be said, I just wanted to get her on and get a little piece of wisdom from her, and give you guys a deeper insight to the other half of me, and why we're doing what we're doing, and again, self empowerment, moving forward. So if you hear me talking about consciousness, if you hear me talking about universal laws, if you hear me talking about the inner work that needs to happen, this is all stuff that, like, literally doing this journey, this is what I was led to. Um, this is what I was led to. So, all that to be said, yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching and joining along on YouTube. We're going to stay on YouTube, and hopefully nothing too crazy happens with the whole TikTok ban. But for the most part, I think that's good. Anything else you want to say?
Um, no, I just think everyone's exactly what they need to be. And if you're on a chapter that says it's all about the paperwork and the status change, then go full in, like do that 100%. Congratulations on being faithful with what you feel you need to do.
Yes. Be faithful with what you have and where you are and what you're feeling, and it will produce. It will definitely 100% produce fruit. Much love. We'll see you guys on the next one.